Welcome, everyone. It is Monday, July 20th, 6 p.m., just after Mountain Time. It is the Representation Station. We appreciate you being here today and chiming in. Roger, our trusty colleague and certified public accountant, is here to discuss the news with us. First news announcement for me is I still am not technically a father, I think, in the eyes of the law. Uh, the baby is proving to be as stubborn as myself and her mother combined. And so now is approximately a week late, but hopefully in the next week. So my life has been, about 2 weeks ago, we thought things were happening. We were like packed up, ready to go to the hospital, got our bags packed in the car. We're like ready to go. Turns out that wasn't it. We wait a week, now another week, and yeah, we'll see. And as you can tell, I'm in my Western wear. I'm driving horses at Cheyenne Frontier Days, actually where one of the places Roger and I have met before. And this is
Great
kind of an
party.
annual
Recommended. Everyone should go to Cheyenne for Frontier Days at least once in their lifetime.
last full week in July. And I had in my mind, I planned this. This was actually next week, because next week to me in my brain was a full week of July. But apparently, the definition of full week to the Cheyenne Frontier Days Committee, I think, is from Saturday to Saturday. So this this was the week, and so I found this out in the middle of last week, and everything's kind of been up in the air because I was like, well, if I'm gonna have a baby, I'm not gonna be there, but I still don't have a baby, so here I am, and I'm
I
just
blame a
about
poorly worded contract.
yeah. I'm only 45 minutes away from home, so I'm ready to get home at a moment's notice if need be, and yeah, so. That is news in my world, but man, we have a lot to catch up on. Iran, Lindsey Graham, the World Cup. We've got earthquakes in Venezuela, and we've got a lot of movement on uncapping the House. Our annual meeting is going to be this August 22nd down in Virginia. And if you'd like to attend, please go check out the website, sign up for that. Reach out to the team if you'd like to volunteer or get involved. And now, yeah, we'll kind of we'll go around the horn. I think let's start with the late um, senator
Yes.
Roger. What's going on?
Yeah, I was just ranting about that. I forgot that we hadn't started the thing yet. So you heard this rant already. I'm super annoyed at this specific situation. Lindsey Graham died, what, last week 10 days ago. His sister, who's never been elected to anything, although she has worked in government and apparently she's a reasonably intelligent person, but she's never been elected or tested or vetted or any of that. And she was appointed to finish the unexpired term, which is a few months. I don't like that, but it's a few months. But as I predicted, she's throwing her head into the ring. Just announced today that she's going to run for the Republican nomination for U.S. Senate for this upcoming election. And I'd be willing to bet cash money, like maybe a whole dollar, which is a big wager for me. If you don't know, I'm not a gambling man. I'd be willing to bet cash money that the people of South Carolina will give her the Republican nomination for U.S. Senate.
Well, I mean, so she's not going to be in the primary because the primary's already happened, right? So she's just going because
Special
she's
election.
getting appointed.
Special election. My
Okay.
bad.
Okay.
Special
Yeah.
election.
Yeah. Okay.
And there are two other South Carolina Republicans. Can't tell you their names. I heard on the newscast they mentioned two others are in the special election for the Republican nomination as well, or for the unexpired term, whatever they're doing. There's a couple of others that from the Republican side that are going to be contesting her.
Well, yeah. I mean, just nepotism, kind of usage of name, kind of the Kennedy, Bush, Clinton dynastic type of situation where somebody's just using the name recognition in
Right.
one of these giant districts.
Right.
And
Here,
that's
another example is Debbie Dingell, right? I think that's Democrat. John Dingell was a long-serving Democrat of the House, died, and
Yep.
they nominated his wife, and she went on to get reelected again and again. But still, Julia Letlow in Louisiana, I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
And it's not to say that this Darlene, whatever her name is not capable of the job. She may step up and do it, but
Right.
she should have. I mean, she should have to go through something to prove that she's up to the job before she's given the job.
Right. Well, and it's like, why is she doing it? Why? And this is, I mean, I think the question for
Because Trump asked her to.
yeah, the question for all politicians today is like, why are you doing this? Because being a congressman sucks. So why are you doing it? Either to enrich yourself or to suffer. Right? Like what? Why? Or just vainglory. Yeah.
There's no way I could ever prove it. Maybe it can't ever be proved. But I'm pretty sure money changed hands somewhere, somehow along the way.
No, well, that would never be the case in our federal government. Nothing but everything on the up and up. Roger, what could you possibly be talking about?
Now, it may not be at the federal government level. I mean, the elections in South Carolina, maybe it's South Carolina, maybe it's the South Carolina GOP, maybe it's the GOP. I don't know. I'm not suggesting it's specifically the federal government.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Trump is enriching everyone else. If he wants her to end this job, it wouldn't be hard for him to dangle some sort of prize in front of her as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think my point is just when you have a budget that is trillions of dollars, you're going to have corruption, right? Like that. Our founders, they knew this, and that's why they wanted to divide power in a house that was responsive to the people, because that's really the only check on corruption. Right? The only check on corruption is a house responsive to the people,
and we don't
obviously,
which is why we're seeing so much corruption.
Right, nepotism and just kind of dealing in these same old games is just going to get us more of the same, and everyone loses at the end of the day in that situation in the long term. Now, in the short term, there are short-term winners, right, and that's why we see this kind of short-term thinking. Speaking of short-term thinking, the conflict in Iran continues to wage.
But before we move on, I was making one more point.
Yeah.
Whether she wins this or not, whoever wins it is going to still have to face Annie Andrews in November. She's the Democrat candidate. She is also not a seasoned politician. I think she's a doctor, medical professional of some sort, as I recall. So it'd be one thing if the Democrats had a strong candidate, with a seasoned record and so forth on their side, but they don't. So I don't know how this is going to shake out. I just wanted to mention that. All right, Iran.
Yeah, I mean, the fragile ceasefire has basically imploded. There's no, I don't see any kind of end in sight. The U.S. has, I think it's 10th consecutive night of airstrikes on Iranian targets as of today. Iran has been targeting Kuwait, Jordan, and Bahrain. U.S. gas prices have spiked back up.
The average is back over $4.
I just filled up with diesel. It was like $4.55 a gallon.
Yep.
And
this war will still be dragging on in November, man.
Well, that's the question, right? What
no question.
And this is, I mean, it's not a question, but I think what is important to realize is that it is absolutely the case that we have been involved with Iran since the 50s.
Yep.
And to think you can get in and out of there quick is just a little bit delusional. But we're there, but I don't see a way of getting out before November. That's what I've been saying all along. Hopefully I'm wrong. Honestly, I would love it if there was a way out, but I don't see it. So
the Iranians they'll use it as a way to troll Trump, if nothing else. They'll keep firing missiles till November just to troll him.
Oh my gosh! Have you seen the Lego videos?
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Those people
pretty
know
good.
what they're doing.
I mean, my goodness.
I saw another meme over the weekend. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth makes a
Yeah.
big deal about the warrior ethos and Spartans and so on and so forth. Somebody made a post about Pete Hegseth wants us to be more like Sparta, and they make reference to the fact Sparta lost to the Persians 2,500 years ago. The Persians wiped out the Spartans, and now it looks like the Persians are getting the better of Pete Hegseth's imagined Spartans as well.
Yeah.
Funny meme. It was better in the meme form. I can't. It doesn't translate to my description.
It is hard to meme a meme verbally.
Exactly. Yes.
That is
I'll
the
have to
truth.
file that away for future reference. Don't do it. But so yeah, Iran. That country is never going to capitulate to the United States, just like Ukraine is never going to capitulate to Russia.
Well, yeah, I mean, they are generations, right? Multiple generations of indoctrination to hate America, right? An entire population, or at least, say let's just say 80% of the population, maybe 70%, but that's still a sizable majority of the population has been indoctrinated to hate us, and so it doesn't matter if you knock out the first 10, 20, 30 layers of leadership. It's going to be hard to find a layer of leadership that's going to rekindle some warm and fuzzy relationship with America.
Right. And in the process, you're hardening all the others.
Right, exactly. And what we're doing right now is we're breeding another generation that's going to hate us. And so that's the only outcome I really see in this is another generation of Iranians who mostly hate us. And there will be the 20 to 30% that love us, but you don't win a country over with 20 to 30%. You can overturn it briefly, as we've done repeatedly, but that does not create stability without some other type of autocratic regime. And maybe that will be the way Trump goes. I don't know. We'll see. But I just don't see a way out of it. But on the war front, it does sound like I've been hearing that Ukraine has been making great inroads in Russia, and for the most part has been actually performing quite well. And obviously the world is a little bit distracted on other matters, but it sounds like maybe there will be resolution in that conflict, or there's that opportunity.
Yeah, they're beating them with plywood freaking drones, man.
Yeah.
And they just got approval last week at the NATO summit they got license to manufacture Patriots themselves. Right. Ukrainians know how to manufacture stuff.
Big deal. Yeah, no, absolutely. They're very intelligent, highly intelligent people, and no doubt that they will do a good job with it.
Here's something I'll mention before I forget it. I saw a video today of something called an ornithopter. It's I don't know if it's real. It looked real to me. A helicopter that doesn't have rotating blades. It has two sets of dragon wing, like dragonfly-like wings that pick it. It folds away and it picks it up off the ground and flies away. Ornithopter, I think it was called. I don't know if it's real, but it was a cool idea.
Huh. I know that they've been working on that for a while, and I've definitely seen this was like an old Da Vinci drawing.
Sort of, yeah. And part of the beauty is there would be no yaw, right? You wouldn't need the propeller in the rear to arrest the circular motion.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Ornithopter was Leonardo da Vinci is the first to have described it. So I wonder if they've got one working. That would be
I don't know. I saw a video, but these days, who can trust a video, right?
Right. Well, you've probably seen the meme about birds aren't real, right? Like the a bunch of the birds are yeah.
Yeah, I heard something about that at some point in the past. I thought it had died.
No, yeah, I mean I think it has, but now seems like the appropriate.
I had forgotten about it, and I was happy that way.
Oh, Roger. Yeah, what else is going on in the world? Let's see. Well, there's a bunch of earthquakes in Venezuela. I don't think they're related to our deposing of their government. Um, but let's see. Death toll 5,000, 10,000 are missing, 17,000 injured, 18,000 homeless, 130,000 families needing aid, 7.2 foreshock and a 7.5 main shock. Big deal. And then the United Kingdom has a new prime minister. As of today, Andy Burnham is succeeding Keir Starmer. Burnham pledged to end political instability, delivered the biggest change in 40 years to tackle rough sleeping and focus on housing and growth. He began with outreach, including calls to EU leaders, Zelensky and Trump. So he's the former mayor of Greater Manchester, known as the King of the North.
The King of the North. Yeah,
I think that's a reference to that famous show, Game of Thrones, right?
Well, no, it's a reference to a lot of things. There used to be like the hobos. That was a thing the hobos used. The King of the North was whoever was the baddest dude on the train.
Okay.
But
I have not been a hobo before, so I do not recall that one.
Yeah. Before I went off of that tangent, I had a thought. Now I can't get it back. So we'll come back around, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, President Trump has also signed orders today, an additional 50% tariff on a wide range of Canadian goods, including wine, dairy, cement, plywood, furniture, hockey sticks, effective in 30 days, citing discrimination against U.S. commerce.
Yeah, that's what he's saying today, but it's really about the smoke, like he said over the weekend. He's pissed off about the wildfire smoke, and he wants to put tariffs on them. And now I hope,
which is like the most. That's the most ridiculous thing.
He said
put a tariff on. I know he did. It's just like what? Like, what? It just doesn't even make sense. Like, you're blaming Canada for a wildfire?
I didn't vote for him.
I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's hard to believe that is real. That our president has imposed a tariff on Canada because of their wildfire smoke coming into the Midwest and Northeast.
It's Idiocracy, man. If you haven't watched that movie, go watch it or go back and watch it.
I have. Oh my gosh.
I
might have to go back and watch it. I don't want to though.
I can't believe how prescient it's turned out to be. It's the same with Orwell. Oh my God, you read 1984 and thought that's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And here we are.
Have you watched Don't Look Up?
I don't think so. Who's in it?
Okay. I don't know. I'm bad with actors' names, but it's another good one, and you should definitely check it out. Don't Look Up. It's basically that the world is ending, and everyone like gets on air and is like, the world is ending, and like everyone just keeps on doing their everyday thing. Like it's nothing changes.
I remember seeing ads for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now the last thing I watched was something called The Burrowers.
The Burrowers. Oh.
Yes, animals that burrow. It's a horror western.
A horror western.
It's not bad. I liked it.
Okay. I will. I got to check that one out. Horror western. I mean,
I watched it on YouTube. I don't know where else it's available.
Okay. Well, in the vein of distracting yourselves, if you were trying to distract yourself with soccer, you probably successfully did that over the last couple of weeks, and you already know. But for those of you that don't, Spain defeated their former colony, Argentina, 1-0 in extra time in the final of the FIFA World Cup. That was held in New Jersey, but if you watched it live, you'll notice that they said it was in New York and New Jersey at the same time.
Right.
And this is like more just like crazy speak, Orwellian double speak. I don't know what that was about, but it happened. It was in New Jersey. They said it was in New York. It wasn't. England got third place. They beat France the day before.
Yeah, so and that game had 10 goals. That was 6-4. There was fireworks in the bronze medal game. The other game
I
was
know.
boring as hell.
Yeah. I mean, it's always exciting to watch Messi. My only problem, and this is, clearly there's like a pretty big concerted effort to get soccer, going in America. And Trump was at the game. Clearly, they want to get a bigger following. And here's, what I would be willing to watch soccer, but the players have to stop falling down and pretending to be injured when they're not injured. They should get a penalty. There should be a penalty for faking it. If you fake an injury, you get penalized. Like you can't play the next game or something.
I think you can get a yellow card if they can, if you're faking it. But hey, man,
if you're faking it,
don't attack soccer without attacking the NBA.
Oh, same shit. Yeah, no, absolutely. They all play the game. I just feel like maybe it's my bias, but it seems especially pronounced in the soccer world. I
don't watch it enough to know.
Yeah. My wife played soccer, so we've been watching the World Cup, and it's been entertaining.
Yeah, when my son was younger, he played soccer, and we watched MLS. I was into it then, but I ain't got the time, babe.
Well, yeah. Well, speaking of time, Roger, I also don't have the time. I'm going to keep this one short, and we're going to see you next week unless there's anything else you want to discuss.
One more topic. You remember Cindy McCain, John McCain's widow?
Yes, sir.
Hosted a fundraiser for sitting Governor Katie Hobbs of Arizona, a Democrat.
Okay. Wow.
Or at least announced she was going to. I don't know if it's happened yet. Strange bedfellows.
Strange bedfellows indeed. Huh. Interesting. Well, and he's got a daughter as well who's kind of politically active. Megan McCain. Yeah, I've seen her. Is she running for anything?
I have no idea. I don't think she's temperamentally suited to running for office. I think she would flame out. I don't mean she's unintelligent or anything like that, but she's got a temper, and I think she would not do well in places where you're supposed to try and be diplomatic or at least anyway, so that's that. The other thing I was going to mention about Burnham earlier, he was a member of Parliament before, and he's part of the same party. So he left Parliament to go be mayor of Manchester, and now he's coming back as a member of Parliament and being Prime Minister. So he's a known quantity. He's been around. But yeah,
is he the same party as Keir Starmer, or is he?
Yes,
I thought he was. So. Oh, he is. Let's see.
They would have to. Yeah, they would have to have a whole new election. They'd have to turn over government to the other party under parliamentary rules before the other party could name a PM.
Huh.
If they can name a PM this quickly, it's got to be from the same party.
I thought that they had a new. Well, I thought there was some newness in what was going on, because didn't they just have an election prior to this?
Who the hell knows? I can barely keep up with our elections.
Yeah, well, it's crazy. Like, you talk to Europeans and how much they know about American elections and everything that's going on, and yeah.
Well,
go ahead.
For years, I would say that the parliamentary system is worth considering for the United States as opposed to our presidential system. But when I would say that, I'm thinking of the English parliamentary system, which is basically stable. And in the U.S., with this multicultural, nutty country, we'd end up with the Italian parliamentary system, which is they had more governments than years since World War II or something like that. Well, I said England was a stable parliamentary system, but over the past 10 years, that's not been true either. So maybe parliamentary is not the way to go. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, he's still Labor Party.
Yeah.
So you're right about that.
Yeah, they would have to have a national election, and the other party would have to take power. I mean, this is basically a no confidence situation. They're getting rid of a party, getting rid of their PM and putting elevating another one instead.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
All right. We'll keep it short.
Okay. All right, sir. I'll see you next week. Yeah, man. It is. I got the RV down to 85. So, whew.
Take a walk. Take a ride.
All right. Have a good one.
Bye.